Hello, hello. Welcome to this new ShapeDiver tutorial. Today I'll talk about the Shopify integration and I'll go through the very basic setup of how to set this up in Shopify with the ShapeDiver plugin and how you can set it up in Grasshopper with the app builder to connect with the Shopify features, right? So we'll go through this very simple model of very beautiful bench I designed. I'm not a designer, so please don't judge me. But I have this simple model with a couple of parameters here with the size and some design parameters. And here's the main algorithm, so no surprises on this part. I just have one display component to display in the app, the model. And I have an export component which is a very simple example of how to export maybe fabrication data, geometry, anything you need after customers take orders in the Shopify store. So the main important part here is how to build the app. And you're doing this with the app builder components of the ShapeDiver plugin. If you've never built an app with the app builder components, I encourage you to go look at the tutorial. I have a basics tutorial on the YouTube channel you can watch. But if you already know how apps are being built, then this is very simple. Here I have a super simple app with just one container on the right, one controls widget, which contains my design parameters. And then I have some logic, which I'll explain later. Either for the store, add an add to cart action, which creates a button, right? So that's the action that creates the add to cart button for the app that's going to be used by Shopify to add products effectively to cart, right? And this component here in Grasshopper, the add to cart action, has a lot of options. I'll go through them in later tutorials, but the required and most important one is to input a price, right? So you can really have some logic in your definition. Here I have a very, basic, simple logic to compute the price of my product. And I send it to my add to cart action, which means that when you're inside the configurator in Shopify, when you update parameters, the price will also update and be used when users click on add to cart, right? But as I mentioned, I have some logic to either include this add to cart button, and that's what's going to happen if I'm in the shop, or depending on the value of this toggle here, I called it back office, right? I can enable the back office, and instead of the add to cart, I can enable the export through my export component here, which just exports the geometry, right? So that's typically what I want to enable after I get orders in my shop. I want to enable this mode to open the app and be able to reproduce what the customers have created in the store and then export anything I need to, process the order, maybe manufacture the product or anything depending on your workflow, right? Okay, so here is the entire setup in Grasshopper. Again, there's more options. I'll go through them in further tutorials. But for today, we can just head to the platform and I'll simply do what's very traditional in ShapeDiver. I'll just upload my Grasshopper definition. And once it's processed, I'll be able to set it up briefly. And then we'll head to Shopify. So in my edit mode here, I can, the classic stuff, I can get a default camera position, for example. I'm going to save it. I can keep them all private. That's no problem. I'll save it here. And then I can even open it. So I'll open the app just to have a quick look at how it looks here. So I have my model. I have my 3 simple parameters that my customers will be able to use in the shop. And the add to cart button, which does not work now. It's going to work once I'm online. And you can head to the Shopify App Store and you'll find, if you search the ShapeDiver official app, right? And you can just click on install. And I created an empty store for this tutorial, right? So just to show the steps from scratch. I can install my app here. I give it some access to my Shopify account. And then it's quite fast, right? So you have this setup screen. The first thing I need to do is select a plan, right? The Shopify plugin has a cost, but you can test it for 14 days, right? So if your apps are ready and if you want to test in Shopify, it's free for 14 days. If you have a developer account, you can even have a development store for as long as you like, without paying, right? So in this case, for the tutorial, I'll approve and enable my 14-day free trial. And then I can go to the setup screen of my app, my plugin, the ShapeDiver plugin. And most of the initial steps are automatically enabled when you create the account. What you need to do is to do the theme setup, right? So you have your own theme, and you need to enable the iframe embed block, right? So that you enable the configurator screen in your shop, and also add the app builder button block. So that's the configure button that you click on to open the configurator. So I'll quickly do that. Actually, when you click on the link here, it automatically adds the block to your theme. So that should already be good here. Save. And if I go back, I can now also, if I go back to my setup, I can also add the app builder button block now, right? So I'll click here and you'll see like a template product page, according to your theme, and you can decide where you want the button block to be added. So in my case, I'd like to have it here. In the buy button block here. So right, I'll do it like this, default setup, save, and we'll proceed to the next steps. So now the ShapeDiver plugin is set up in my store. So I can go to my products, and all I have to do is to link my products with ShapeDiver apps to create configurators, right? Here I already created this first product related to my Wavebench application, but I didn't set it up, right? So it's a blank product for now. And what I can do is to link it now to one of my apps. And since I have the ShapeDiver plugin installed, I can go to more actions and click on configure the ShapeDiver app builder, right? And here there's a lot of options, and we'll see in further tutorials how to really, how you can go deep and set up a custom theme here, and even URL parameters to have like custom values for the parameters when you open the product, so that you can create, for example, multiple products from a single ShapeDiver app if you want. But for now, we'll do the basic thing, which is just to reference the app you want to use with a slug, right? So I'll go back to my app. Here's the app slug. I can copy it and put it here. I can save the settings. And after saving, I get this new option. I can enable the configurator, right? So that's when the configure button will appear and the configurator will be available in my store. So I'll now test the integration. I'll open the store, a preview of the store. And here, so all of this is using default theme, default settings of everything, right? So you can obviously customize all of this in Shopify. But I have my first product here, and I'll see the default product page here. I didn't customize it at all, except for adding this configure button, which comes from the ShapeDiver plugin for Shopify, right? So one last thing I forgot to do that I have to do now is I enabled embedding for my model, but I did not list the domain of my shop in my ShapeDiver account, right? So here I have this weird domain that's come because it's a test shop, right? Probably you've set a custom domain for your website in Shopify, so you can use whatever domain you're using. In my case, I'll just copy this one. And I can go to the domain settings in my ShapeDiver dashboard in embedding section and add this domain to the ones that are allowed for embedding. So now if I reload the page and I click on configure, everything should work as expected, right? I can open my app. I can update parameters, right? So that's the beauty of the ShapeDiver configurator. The price of the product updates according to the logic I have in Grasshopper, and the users can add products to the cart, right? So now if I close my cart and I look at it, I'll see the products I added to the cart with the price, and the users can check out. And now I'll just quickly show you how it looks when customers place an order. You can go to your list of orders in the Shopify admin dashboard. And for example, I'll open one here. And the most important information you have here is a configuration ID. This corresponds to a model state ID in a ShapeDiver app, right? So the model state ID is what you can always use to recall any set of parameters, any configuration that was created and saved to model state IDs. So in this case, I can copy it, for example, and go to my app anywhere in the shop or on in my ShapeDiver account and import the model state here. So I'll load it, and it's going to exactly import the state of parameters that were used for ordering the objects in the store, right? And what you can do then is any type of workflows, right? So either it's manual, you could hook it up with Shopify automations, right, to automatically export files. In my case, if you remember, I had in my model set up a specific parameter called back office, and if I set it to true, instead of the add to cart button, I'm gonna see. So I can set it here through a URL parameter. So here I'm setting the back office parameter to true. And I'm going to see instead the export button, right? So I can click on this button and export whatever file you created in Grasshopper, just the geometry, or maybe it's already custom files, nested files that you can use for fabrication, 3D printing files, anything that's relevant for the for further processing the order, right? Right, so that's it for today. That's the basic setup of the Shopify integration. There's a lot of settings you can tweak, especially if you're scaling with many more products in your shop, and we'll see that in further tutorials in the future. But if you don't want to miss them, you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and I'll see you next time for another tutorial. Bye-bye.